Sean Strickland versus David Goggins. A fight that none of us knew we needed, but now we want. But Sean Strickland is coming out to apologize. So over the last couple of weeks, we've seen David Goggins and Sean Strickland go back and forth. After we saw Sean Strickland fight a Navy SEALs Marine and beat them, he said, hey, no Navy SEAL is going to be able to do a camp with me and I will pummel them. And then he kind of started calling out David Goggins because David Goggins used to be an ex-Navy SEALs and he's just a fitness guy and motivational speaker who's going to carry the boats. And in the past, we have seen that David Goggins did train a UFC fighter, Tony Ferguson, who is a legend in the sport. And basically, Tony Ferguson could barely keep up and he could barely get through this training process. So David Goggins came out and said, hey, okay, let me flip this on you, Sean Strickland. I will challenge you to a full camp and you won't be able to survive with me in a full camp. And they both kept going back and forth. And David Goggins started putting out multiple videos on TikTok until he put out the final one saying, hey, this is where I want to be. Bring your crew, I'll bring my crew. We go out and we're going to do this camp and we're going to see if you can survive. And I bet you won't survive. Show up and be a man.
My last video about this. Sean Strickland, I know you're doing all this for clickbait. Like you said in your DM, trying to be a clown. You're an MMA fighter and also you're a comedian. So, you go out here calling people bitch and shit like that, saying no Navy SEAL can hang with you training. I was responding to all those videos you did. I've never met you. You never met me. Anytime you want to train with me, I am ready to train with you. I am done with the videos. You all can keep on, tagging me on TikTok and all this other shit.
And then after that, we saw Sean Strickland put out a video telling us why he's always trolling David Goggins because he's a fraud and just told us everything he thinks about David Goggins.
Down the street, you're not hard, you're not tough, you run, my man. Do you know why I know you're fraudulent? Because as I make fun of you and you post your little TikTok video, I'm a hard man. I'll show up, I'll handle this like a man. No, you won't, dude. I train at Extreme Couture. I'm easy to find. You live in Las Vegas. I live in Las Vegas. Show up. Mitch showed up. Do you not know how to use GPS, my man? Do you not know how to get in your car? Then
roughly 10 minutes apart, Sean Strickland, before he even gets out of the car, apologizes and says, hey guys, I'm just bored. I'm the #1 contender. I have to wait for Izzy and Dricus. Then I can fight. So I'm just bored and angry.
If I had to be completely honest, I think I'm just bored and angry. I'm the #1 contender. I gotta wait for Izzy and Dricus to fight to get my shot. What does one do? I'm bored and angry. I'm training, I'm in shape, but what does one do? I'm just bored and angry.
But we're not happy about this. We would have loved to see David Goggins versus Sean Strickland. This is one of those fights where it's like, it trumps all this crossover thing, and it's a thing like, it would be a nice fight to see because even though David Goggins is almost 50, he is still at the top of his physique, at the top of his level, and if he has some of his Navy SEALs trainings still bestowed within him, it would make for a good fight, especially if they're going to do it under certain conditions. Like a lot of fans are saying, hey, why don't we get these two guys to go out and do a 10K jog, then come back, have a 10-15 minute break, and then have to fight 5 rounds in the octagon. That would be crazy. That is a perfect matchup, and they're both roughly around the same size and height. Sean Strickland, who I would never have thought would apologize, came out and apologized to David Goggins. But then again, you have to understand, Sean Strickland is a guy who stands on morals and principles, and I do believe he respects David Goggins, especially the fact that David Goggins is a motivational speaker. He motivates men, try to get men to be the better version of themselves, make people fit. He hates people who are lazy, who are fat, and I think his ideals kind of line up with Sean Strickland's, and that's why Sean Strickland can't take this as seriously as we'd want him to, because I feel like he kind of respects the guy. And if you respect someone, you don't want to make them look bad or take anything away from them, especially in the terms of, oh, you beat them in a spar or something and you beat them up. But again, we would still like to see it happen. And I'm actually a little bit disappointed that they didn't go through with it. It would have been a good thing anyway, just for content. Let's say they just did a camp and then they recorded it and just showed us how it went. That would be a great thing for content because these are two top Apex guys. We would like to see them go back and forth. I hope that at some point we do get to see that bout, or at least we get to see a camp, either David Goggins going to Sean Strickland or Sean Strickland going to David Goggins, because David Goggins was serious. He's just a little bit older, so he might have not understand how the whole trolling thing works, but David Goggins was serious. He is down to do this, and it's all up to Strickland, who backed out. Sean Strickland pulled out. That is a crazy thing for me to say. Sean Strickland pulled out of a potential fighting opportunity. But let me know what you guys think. Would you have liked to see it? Because I would have definitely liked to see it. Don't forget, if you like these little tidbits and things I bring to you, make sure to like, subscribe. Let me know your opinion. Do you think that they should actually fight? Because I honestly think like they should fight. We should actually see this. And we should have it under certain rules that helps both parties out. Give them what they're good at and make them do it all and then fight. It would just be great. Let me know your opinions, and I'll see you guys on the next one.